guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing this really cool, satisfying simulation using cloth over here. So as you can notice already, we use only one object, so we save a lot of computer power doing this. But enough of explaining, let's go and create a new file. So the first thing we're going to start with is the simulation. So we're just going to delete everything and then add a cube. We actually use a cube. I don't know why I just deleted the cube, but we use a cube and then we press Ctrl 2, or you just add a subdivision modifier on 2. So this is our first sphere. So we're just going to come here now and add a cloth, and then we go on the physics tab, which is this one. And for it to work like a soft body, we will actually need to use the pressure. So I think maybe you've already seen people use this. It's really good that they add it. So I'll just scale this plane and then press Ctrl A, scale, this is really important, and then add collision. So let's see how our cloth looks. So it already looks kind of good. So yeah, the first thing you need to do is come here to the pressure and then start to put the pressure. For my original project, I don't know how big the sphere was, but I think it was 30 over here. So let's try again. Yeah, so you'll see it's kind of floating a little bit. Like it went to the side a little bit, but I think this is too strong. And on the over here, you can put these things down because the pressure is going to do most of the work for us. So maybe I will put the tension down a little bit. Oh, that just make it bigger. That just made it bigger. Yeah, so you just need to find a value that it looks good. It depends on what you want and how big your things are. So I'll just mess around a little bit with this and then share my values with you. So my last values are these. So 15, 15 over here. Most is the same. It's just a bending that you just bring all the way down. And then the pressure scale is 1.25 and then the pressure is 0.5. So we will probably change a little bit later to adjust to what we'll have. But now we'll go on the collisions and then put something called self-collision. So this is really important because we're going to add all the spheres together and on the same object, and then we won't need to copy the same settings all over again. So let's start to make the scene. So I'm just going to make this become kind of a cube. Make sure that your face orientation, look, as you can see, it's all flipped over. So you can press Alt N and then flip on the edit mode. So it should be all blue. So I'm just going to duplicate this cube or this plane, I don't know. You can just rotate it on the X now and then bring on the Y. You just create that simple scene that I made, or you can make whatever you want basically. So I'm just going to press 7 to go on top view and then rotate on Z by 90, this one, or minus 90. So after, something really good is for you to know is that after you rotated something, you can press minus and that will invert it. So here, I want to rotate it on the Z and then I'll press 90. So suppose that I want to flip on the other side, I just press minus and then it's the same as me rotating minus 90. So we got a little big here, but the next thing we need to do is just come here and duplicate this on the Y and make this wall. So I'll go on edit mode and make it way thinner. So, because we won't need to worry about this that much. So now you just adjust how big you want it to be. So I think that's a good size for the spheres to fall over there. So on this, what you want to do is come here to object properties. So is this orange one. And then visibility, you on viewport display, you go and check wireframe and then put here wire. So this will be transparent now. So we can turn off face orientation now. And as you can see, we can select past this object over here. It's kind of hard to select, but if you want, which is really good to do, you can already put everything on a collection, like, and rename it. So I'm just going to put this in, call it like collisions. So now everything's separated, and remember to select all of these and press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. So just press Ctrl A here. And now what we're going to do is start duplicating this. So I'm going to look on the Z and then maybe scale a little bit. So what you want to do is add another cube. Press Ctrl 2. Or not actually, but just press it so you can see how it will look like. And then start to add a lot more spheres. Don't worry about the subdivision, we're going to add more later. So I'm just going to duplicate some randomly and then scale them. You just take your time and see what looks good. So here it looks like this, mine. And then we can use already those as something to duplicate. So we are going to just duplicate this up and then start moving them around again. So like over here, you can do this as many times as you like. So I'm just going to keep scaling them and moving them around. And as you can see, this one is still here. So you can make really small ones and really big ones. It doesn't matter. So we're going to duplicate them all again and repeat this process until you think you have enough for your project. So after a while of doing this, you can already start duplicating them all up and just move a little bit around. You don't need to do much stuff, and it is not going to be that noticeable. I did a lot of this on my original project. So I like to scale them down and the smaller ones up. So just make sure they're far away enough from the sides over here, or they will just go inside it. So I think I'm just going to duplicate it once more. Over here, I'm going to take these 2 layers and duplicate it up. And that's already enough. So I'm going to take out these cubes. So 40 cubes I have in total. And then make sure the first one is highlighted. If you don't know, just look at the settings over here and it's going to appear the cloth. And then what you do is press Ctrl J. So now everything is just one object. So we're just going to bring everything up. So it will start falling in a little bit. So when we go to the render, it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get on the floor. So just press play and see what happens. It may get a little bit laggy over here, but you can see they're all just cramming up. So if they're too much like mine, you can come here and add more pressure. So this one is going to be multiplied by this. So if we put this at 1, it's going to be like multiplied by 125 over here. So if we put There's a 2. It's kind of taking this and multiplying by 2. So if we see now, it's better already. Just remember, you can make it as high as you want, as long as it doesn't lag your whole computer. So I think that's good now. I added some pressure and it looks good. So the next thing, as you may notice, some look really cramped still. So if you just add a subdivision modifier, everything will get better. So I like to put mine at 2 and then shade is move right. And you can see it kind of works like it's actually being cramped there. So if we press play again, you can always remove from here so it'll be faster. So here's with 0, here's with 1, and here's with 2. I think 1, you don't need to go more than 2. It won't make much of a difference. But as you can see, it already got better. So if you want, you can keep adding more. I think I added more, and this was bigger on my original file, so then it will have more stacking up. But I think that's enough for now, so the tutorial doesn't stop working in the middle. So I would just come here now and select the collision subjects. So all of these, not that one, and then come here to the modifiers and add a bevel. As you can see, it's just going to add to 1. So first, just make sure it's how you want it, and then shade everything smooth and press Ctrl L, link, copy modifiers. So it'll look a lot better now. If you want, you can even come here and shade all those smooth and come with shading and harden normals. It looks better. So now let's bake this so we don't have to worry anymore. So if you just press play again, wait. So now it isn't working anymore because probably this one, I think I removed the collision of all of them. So I don't know why that happened, but let's just press play. So after the simulation goes, we can select this. So you can see that there's a blue line. This isn't baked, but it's kind of baked. So if we just wait until the end, you're going to see what I mean. If we come here down now and go to the cache, there's an object. No, there's a button. So current cache to bake. So it's going to take this blue line and then bake it. That's it. So you didn't need to bake it. And as you can see, it's 25 right now. It was 13 before. So it already looks better, and now we actually can go to the materials. So for this, I like to use a metallic one. I'm just going to select it, create a new material. I'm going to remove those 2 windows that I hate, and because I never use it. So you can go with kind of a yellow to make it look like gold, or you can go with a pink one, or just, I don't know, whatever you want. So I will just go to the metallic all the way up, and then roughness, you can bring it down a little bit. It will look better. If you want more detail, you add just some nodes over here. So I'm going to start with the bump node. So bump, and then normal to normal, and then height into a noise texture. So that will do the first part for you. You just need to adjust the strength, and then as you can see, it looks really bad. So you just make this go up, and then detail, roughness. The roughness not that much because it would just look a lot worse than it is. And we can come here and put U and then Smart UV Project, so it'll look better. So vector, we can plug into the UV, so it will look a little bit better now. We just wait a little bit and look at this. So the scale, I think I'll bring it up And then for the strength, bring it down. So you can see we got a little bit of bump going on. We can put another one. So I'm just going to put over here and then mix color. And then I'm going, it is multiply, I think. And then come here on this one and add a color ramp. So you just put 2 R's and then it's going to be the first one. And then we can go a noise texture again. I think we can even duplicate this one. This one already looks good. So if we go over here and then move this black all the way up like this, I think it's a black. We can just see this one first, so it will be better to look at, because we want little bumps going in the thing. So over here you can see it's going, but it's going out of it, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to bring this one up. So as you can see, it looks way better. We can change this noise a little bit better, so it will be better. And then I think it was good at the beginning. So now what we're going to do is just try to mix the two and see if it works. I don't think it will. It is. I think it's darkened, maybe. No, okay. It's just plug one of them, and that's it. I think this one looks better. So you can choose between one of them, or even mix the noise textures before doing that. But okay, let's stop messing around that and go to the roughness, and then we're going to add a noise texture again, and then just put the scale up, and then detail not much, and roughness up again. So it will look better. And if you want, you can add a color ramp, or you can add a map range, and it will look better. And then on the black, it's good to have the black on, but then the white, it's not good. Look at this. This is horrible. So we're just going to bring it down like this. Yeah, so it looks better. And I think this is it for this material, and we can go on to the next one. So I'm just going to select all of them, create a new material, and then press Control L. No, sorry, Control L, and then materials. And then on the base color, I like to put black. You can add bump and then make it less noticeable than that one, but you already know how to do it, so I won't show this time. The roughness I like to bring up, and then that's it for this. This is just so simple. And for the next thing, we're going to add a camera. And then over here, I just want to, I think I'll just bring it like this. But if you want, you can choose a camera angle with just by looking at it and press Control Alt Pad 0. That's another way to do it. But I want to move the camera this time because I want to be more, kind of more perfect. And I'll just want to rotate it on the X now. Grab it on the Z. And then maybe just a little bit forward. Yeah. Okay, so if we press play and just go over here, we can see it covers the whole thing up. You can change the size by going over here to this one, and then you can make like a cell phone one. I don't know. So now you can just put all the render settings that you want. If you want, you can go to color management and put more contrast. It will look better. So maybe medium high contrast. It looks better sometimes, but if you don't want, you don't need to. And now for the render, you can add your lights, or you can just add HDRIs. So I have a tutorial on that, and if you want to go watch it, just go on my channel. It's tip 1 from the first series of tutorial. that I started to talk. So that was a really good and a really good tutorial, and I still refer to it. So thank you for my patrons, and thank you for watching. If you want to become a patron and get a shout out, the link will be in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.